Hi guys, I'm just going to do a quick overview with you today on your reading lesson, which is for Monday. I'm looking at my dates, sorry. Monday, September 14th, 2020. You're on Can Ben Find a Home in His New Home, Part 4. So just a couple things I'm going to go over, and then I am just going to give you an overview on what your lesson looks like. Up at the top, you have these little blue options. Your standards are here. Your learning objectives of what you're supposed to learn are right here, so you know what you should be leaving the lesson with. The assignments that you are going to have are right here. These are your books and your materials. You do need to have an ELA journal. You should have one of your notebooks designated as a reading journal. So you might want to grab one of those today and use a permanent marker and get going with your reading journal. You should have been doing that at the beginning of the lessons too. So if you haven't been doing that, please make sure that you are reading very carefully through your lessons. This is a read aloud. If you click this button over here to the right, when you click on something, it will be read out loud to you. And this is your print option where you can print the lesson, print the unit, or print the course. To start off, you're going to be working with commas to set off yes and no in a sentence. So they're going to give you an example out of your book. They're going to ask you to look at a sentence, and then they're going to ask you to end up writing a response to these questions in your journal using commas. And then there's a final question asking you, how does using the proper punctuation help make your ideas clearer when you write? You should be answering this question in your reading journal. Please make sure that you write the question and then write your answer. Then you're going to go into reading a chapter out of your book, The Night of Spadefoot Toads. And you click on this link, it takes you right to your book. You're reading chapters 6 to 7. Then you're going to go back into your journal and you are going to write these two questions and answer them using complete sentences. As a fifth grader, you should be using proper capitalization and punctuation at the end of your sentences. A paragraph to answer a question is what you should be shooting for. And in your case, since it's the beginning of the year, you would be looking at 3 to 5 complete sentences. By the end of the year, my goal for you is 5 to 8 complete sentences. This talks about what you're learning today. You're learning about a plot and a story, so make sure that you read this very carefully or have it read to you. Then you're going to use this story sequence chart, which you will be drawing in your ELA journal. Make sure that you listen to the directions or read them very carefully to find out what you are supposed to be putting in that story sequence chart. The next part of this works on comprehension or understanding what important events help develop a plot. And finally, you will be doing some daily vocabulary. It talks about writing the words down and breaking it into syllables. And again, that should go into your journal. When we meet, we will talk more about organization of a journal. The final activity is fluency. It's reading with accuracy. You will be practicing reading out of your book. Make sure you watch a video on context clues. There is a rubric to help you self-monitor your reading. That should be reading that's done out loud when you're practicing fluency. It asks you here to take a look at the book again, to look at a model of the beginning of a story, because you will be writing, you will have a writing assignment here. So you have your reading journal. You're going to need a writing journal, science journal, and a social studies journal. Okay. And then at the bottom, it asks you how you feel about understanding the concepts from this lesson, and you'll complete which one you feel is best for you and click submit. Have a great day of learning, guys, and do your very, very best.